People don't have ideas. Ideas have people. Carl Jung. Have you ever felt like the way you think doesn't quite fit what the world expects of you? Maybe you've been told to be more logical when your instincts are deeply emotional. Or perhaps you've been labeled too sensitive because you see meaning where others see nothing. Here's the thing. Right now, whether you realize it or not, your mind is operating in a specific way. A way that shapes how you think, how you make decisions, and how you interact with the world. Jung believed that every person falls into one of four fundamental personality types. Thinkers, the rational minds, guided by logic and structure. Feelers, the emotional souls, driven by values, relationships, and meaning. Sensors, the realists, grounded in tangible facts and immediate reality. Intuitives, the visionaries, always searching for hidden connections and future possibilities. You might think you know which one you are, but what if you've been living under the wrong type your entire life? Think about it. Since childhood, you've been conditioned to think a certain way. Your parents, teachers, and society pushed you towards certain behaviors while discouraging others. If you were highly logical, maybe you were told to be more emotional. If you were emotional, maybe you were scolded for being too sensitive. If you lived in your imagination, you might have been called a dreamer. And if you focused on details, you were labeled too rigid. From the moment you were born, you were shaped, molded, and conditioned to fit an expectation. But here's the problem. What if that expectation was never truly yours? Jung believed most people never question the lens through which they see the world. They assume their perspective is the only perspective. But understanding your dominant function isn't just about self-awareness, it's about power. Because the moment you understand your mind, you can finally take control of your life. But here's the part no one tells you. Your dominant personality function isn't the only thing that matters. Hidden beneath the surface, in the depths of your unconscious, lies something far more important. Something that might explain why you've always felt like something was missing. Because knowing how you think is one thing. But understanding what you've been ignoring your whole life, that's where the real transformation begins. So let's start with the basics. Which type are you? Because whether you realize it or not, it's already shaped everything about you. Underscore 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 underscore. Before we dive deeper into the four core functions, there's something even more fundamental that defines how you interact with the world. Jung identified two primary attitudes that shape how we direct our mental energy. Introversion, focused on the inner world, introspection, deep thinking, and solitude. Extroversion, oriented toward the outer world, social interaction, external stimulation, and action. Most people assume introverts are shy and reserved, while extroverts are loud and outgoing. But that's a misconception. An introvert can be highly confident but recharges by being alone, processing thoughts internally. An extrovert might enjoy solitude but gains energy from external engagement. Jung believed neither is better, they're just different ways of experiencing reality. But here's where it gets interesting. Your personality isn't just about introversion or extroversion. These two attitudes act as a gateway to something much deeper. The four primary ways we process reality. Jung discovered that every person has a dominant function, a primary way of interpreting the world. He broke this down into four distinct functions. 1. Thinking, the function of logic and analysis. Thinkers prioritize structure, problem-solving, and objective truth. 2. Feeling, the function of values and emotions. Feelers focus on relationships, harmony, and what feels morally right. 3. Sensation, the function of tangible reality. Sensors rely on their five senses, trusting concrete facts and immediate experiences. 4. Intuition, the function of abstract meaning. Intuitives look beyond the present, searching for hidden patterns and possibilities. Each of us has a dominant function that shapes how we see the world. But here's the real question. Do you actually know which one is yours? Or have you been conditioned to suppress it? Because if you've been living outside of your true function, your life might feel more exhausting than it should. Decisions might feel forced. Interactions might feel unnatural. But once you discover your dominant function, everything starts to make sense. You begin to understand why you think the way you do, why certain things drain you, why others make you feel alive. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Carl Jung. Jung believed most people never fully understand their dominant function because society pushes them to be something they're not. But recognizing how you process the world can bring clarity to your decisions, relationships, and personal growth. So, comment below. Do you think you're a thinker, feeler, sensor, or intuitive? What has shaped the way you experience the world? And if you're interested in learning more about Jung's ideas and how they apply to everyday life, consider subscribing for more insights. Jung's theory of personality doesn't stop at the 4 basic functions. Each of these, thinking, feeling, sensation, and intuition, can manifest in 2 distinct ways. Externally, focused on the outer world, aka extrovert, or internally, focused on personal reflection, aka introverted. This creates 8 distinct personality types, each with a unique way of processing reality. Understanding them isn't just about labeling yourself, it's about uncovering the unconscious patterns that have shaped you. Let's break them down. 1. Extroverted thinkers. These are the system builders. Their minds work like engineers, obsessed with efficiency, structure, and measurable results. They trust logic above all else, often dismissing emotions as illogical distractions. Their strength. They create order out of chaos. Their weakness? They can overlook the human cost of their systems. 2. Introverted thinkers. These are the deep analyzers. They don't just accept rules, they dissect them, questioning every assumption until only pure logic remains. Unlike extroverted thinkers, they're less concerned with organizing the world and more focused on refining their internal framework of knowledge. The downside? They can seem detached, lost in their own heads. 3. Extroverted feelers. These are the harmonizers. They read a room like instinct, sensing shifts in mood before anyone else notices. Their greatest gift? Making others feel understood. But this empathy comes at a cost. They often neglect their own needs to keep the peace. 4. Introverted feelers. These are the moral compasses. They don't bend to social expectations, they're guided by an inner sense of what's right. Artists, activists, and philosophers often operate from this space. But their depth can isolate them, leaving them feeling like outsiders in a world that doesn't get them. 5. Extroverted sensors. These are the thrill seekers. Fully immersed in the present, they crave vivid experiences, bold flavors, adrenaline rushes, fast-paced action. They're the ones who live life instead of overthinking it. But their focus on the now can make long-term planning a struggle. 6. Introverted sensors. These are the archivists. Their minds are libraries of past experiences, recalling details others forget. Tradition and stability matter deeply to them. But their reliance on the familiar can make them resistant to change, even when it's necessary. 7. Extroverted intuitives. These are the idea machines. Where others see what is, they see what could be. Entrepreneurs and inventors often fall here, always chasing the next big vision. But their restless energy can leave projects unfinished as new ideas pull them away. 8. Introverted intuitives. These are the prophets. They don't just think, they foresee. Their insights feel almost psychic, as if they've pieced together patterns no one else notices. The catch. Their thought process is so internal, they often struggle to explain how they know what they know. Underscore 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 underscore. The hierarchy of your mind. Your personality isn't just one function, it's a hierarchy of mental processes working together. Jung identified 4 key layers. 1. Dominant function, your default mode, the lens you see the world through, e.g., thinking, feeling. 2. Auxiliary function, your sidekick, balancing your dominant trait, e.g., a thinker with auxiliary feeling. 3. Tertiary function, underdeveloped but occasionally useful, like a creative spark in a logical mind. 4. Inferior function, your weakest link, buried in the unconscious. This is where growth happens. Example, a hardcore thinker might have feeling as their inferior function. They're brilliant at logic but crumble in emotional situations. Why? Because they've spent a lifetime ignoring that part of themselves. Underscore 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 underscore. The shadow, your hidden self. Jung believed the real key to growth isn't just strengthening your dominant function, it's integrating your weakest one. If you're a feeler, your shadow might be cold, detached logic. If you're a sensor, it might be abstract, woo-woo ideas. If you're an intuitive, it might be mundane details you've avoided. This isn't about fixing yourself. It's about wholeness. Underscore 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 underscore. Why this matters? When you ignore your inferior function, it controls you subconsciously. Ever snapped at someone for no reason? Or procrastinated on a task you should be good at? That's your shadow leaking out. But when you face it, that's when you unlock a better relationships, you understand others' perspectives. A smarter decisions, you're not just relying on one strength. A real confidence, you're no longer afraid of your weaknesses. Underscore 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 underscore. Comment below. Which function do you think is your weakest? Have you noticed it sneaking up on you in stressful moments? The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Carl Jung. Most people go through life wearing a mask, the person their parents wanted, what society rewards, the version that feels acceptable. But Jung's work reveals a shocking truth. Your greatest strengths lie in the parts of yourself you've been suppressing. Let me show you how this plays out in real life. 1. Career crossroads. The thinker stuck in a touchy-feely job feels drained daily. The feeler in a cutthroat corporate role loses their spark. The intuitive forced into routine work becomes depressed. The sensor in abstract theorizing roles feels lost. Jung discovered we thrive when our work aligns with our dominant function. But here's what nobody tells you. Your inferior function determines your burnout triggers. A classic example. The brilliant introverted thinker, say, an engineer, who gets promoted to management. Suddenly they're drowning in a team emotions they can't parse, inferior feeling. Endless meetings, inferior extroversion. Chaotic schedules, inferior sensing. This isn't incompetence, it's functional mismatch. 2. Relationship secrets. Jungian chemistry is fascinating. A thinker plus feeler couples often clash, until they realize they're teaching each other. A sensor plus intuitive pairs struggle until they see their perspectives complete each other. Two strong extroverts may exhaust each other without introspection. Two introverts might stagnate without external push. The healthiest relationships? Where partners consciously develop their inferior functions together. 3. The individuation process. This is Jung's term for becoming your complete self. It's not about changing who you are. It's about reclaiming all of who you are. Here's how it works. Stage 1. Recognize your dominant function. Are you leading with thinking, feeling, etc.? Stage 2. Identify your shadow. What behaviors make you cringe in others? That's often your repressed self. Stage 3. Embrace duality. The thinker learns emotional intelligence. The feeler develops logical rigor. Stage 4. Integration. You become fluid, using the right function at the right time. 4. Modern misinterpretations. Beware of these Jungian myths. A crossmark, you're just an INTJ/ENFP, etc. MBTI oversimplifies Jung. A crossmark, you can't change your type. Jung believed we evolve. A crossmark, introverts hate people. They just process differently. A crossmark, sensors aren't creative. They innovate in tangible ways. 5. Your call to adventure. So where do you start? 1. Observe your reactions. Oh, what situations drain you versus energize you? Oh, what criticisms keep coming up in your life? 2. Experiment. Oh, if you're a thinker, try journaling feelings for a week. Oh, if you're a feeler, analyze a problem with pure logic. Oh, if you're a sensor, brainstorm impossible ideas. Oh, if you're an intuitive, focus solely on present sensations. 3. Find counterparts. Surround yourself with people strong where you're weak. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Jung. This isn't just psychology, it's a roadmap to a career fulfillment, a deeper relationships, a creative breakthroughs, an unshakable self-knowledge. Your dominant function is your superpower, your inferior function. That's where the magic happens. The moment you stop fighting your shadow and start dialoguing with it, everything changes. Final question, what's one part of yourself you've been neglecting that, if embraced, could change everything? If this resonated, consider subscribing. This is just the beginning. We've barely scratched the surface of Jung's work, and there are more insights to explore. Remember, you aren't just a thinker, feeler, sensor, or intuitive. You're the unique alchemy of all four, and that's where your true power lies.